This is why Filecoin, it has 300x potential, or it did down lower. If I move it to current prices, it's still 250x. Guys, I mean, there's not another chart I like as much as this. It doesn't mean it doesn't get knocked off, but the DeFi and the DePIN sector saw it, decentralized storage. They would obviously need some huge partnerships and deals in money, but this chart says a lot. It's been holding this level since 2022. Actually, no, remember, 2019. So buying here down on these levels de-risks significantly, but certainly set your profits, take 20% profits at each level, 20% here, 20% here, here, get you, up here, or just keep buying on dips. So we've covered that, but look at that beautiful chart. I think I should take a picture of that hanging on my wall. Does not get much better than this. And no, please don't go out and bet the farm. Having even a $2, $3, $4, $5,000 bag of that, whether you buy it or DCA into it. But look, these things can still go to zero. All right. So anyway, enough about that, but it's a beautiful chart. We'll see. Helium. So Helium hitting some sell blocks in this region here in a macro uptrending channel. And on a weekly time frame, it's having a little bit of resistance here. I did sell some of my helium based on that, but I'm still holding a half bag. These big sell blocks, for me, it's just like, hey, look, I'm just not going to hold here and let it come all the way down. If it comes down in this range, and I'll buy it back. But I'm hedging my bets on these things. And it's also still not clear what they're going to do with their own blockchain. I think long term, it's a great network, and they can monetize their Internet of Things network of miners, and they're probably planning something. Just not seeing quite as much strength as I'd hoped, so I de-risked a little bit on that. So the next one's INJ. This is one I've done. We did well with in Retire Rich. Remember, we originally had bought it right in here around October of 23. I think it might have been our first official pick, and it went up 600%. And then hit a sell block. So in hindsight, that would have been the sell point. So learning, we're never losing, we're learning. So from here, though, let's see if we can just get back up to that prior sell area, which I think is likely. It's still another 250, 270%. So you may call it a 3x potentially. Okay, we just have to get a little higher on that. But looks good on here. This tells us a hidden story. This is the Wizard of Oz peeking behind the curtain. It's not magic. It's wheels and pulleys, and they're pulling this higher. The vertical line here in green is our old trend indicator, the key and the bell. The bell is the buy signal, so we have alignment from that. We don't even need that as a separate indicator because Joe has coded that green line. So we have a lot of bullish signs here on Injective. Fortune favors the brave. I think this something along these lines will probably happen probably sooner than September. I just wiggled that out longer, and so I've started building a position in Injective, SUI. And by the way, just to be clear, you're not recommending things that I'm in. I recommend things that I like the looks of. Therefore, I'm in them also, and often recommending them to you guys before I'm entering, but not always possible. So disclosure, I may own some or all of these. In fact, all of these with the green symbol I own. And so you should be okay with that, although my small positions, I'm certainly not moving these markets. Fair enough? Okay. SUI. SUI's kind of, it's in that transactions per second model. Will it be the next Sol? Not likely. It has a high market cap, sort of not really capped, but I think they will have a big push. Probably will get to $10. It's more than a double price discovery zone. Anything could happen. It is a good project. A lot of buzz. This is one of those that could have a vertical spike and get away from us. But if it gets up in this range and it's going vertical, right, just be sure you're taking profits, especially on a break of the upper Bollinger Band, because that's just almost invariably is a sell signal. All right, so that's SUI for us. The overall, it's probably it's kind of, here's the thing that we're breaking into overbought territory on the weekly. I would much rather be buying it down here. It gets a little more risky up in this range, can stay up there for a while, so when in doubt, zoom out. So back here, we broke up into that red zone, and then it shot quite a bit higher. So I do think that's doable, but again, I wouldn't be holding on too long. If you get $9 on SUI, I'd be selling most of it. Okay, Aptos. Most of these charts are going to look very similar. Again, I'm not looking at the daily because the longer term time frame, green looks good. Bearish. Here's the problem with Aptos. Bearish ERI. I'm going to watch that going into the end of the week. If that's still there, I'll sell half my position. And when you have these kind of strategies, it takes the emotion out of it. So selling half lets you de-risk and buy back lower. If you sell all of it, invariably it'll pop up higher because that's how things work. It's not Murphy's law; it's your law when you're trading crypto. But there is some strong support down here on $4.30. Back here and here and here. So more than likely Zapdos turns higher with any strength in the altcoins, and the signal line's just starting to turn green. So these are bullish signals there. And so, but I have much smaller positions down in this range past here. AIOZ also having some bearish-ish signs here. The sell block on the weekly needs to really get back above the 50-week EMA for me, but these lines up here show where it 2x potential. Guys, it's at 47 cents, and so to double would be right up in here. So I should move that there, and then 3x potential over in this range, price discovery over here. So I don't know. AIOZ, I want to have some exposure to AI coins. Almost said tokens and coins and made up a new word. But so I have a small amount of AIOZ. I have a small amount of render at the bottom of my list. So I'm just kind of going through these. I want to also get to our other or tire rich list. If you guys have anything you want me to pull up, Ray wants to look at TIA. Dr. T saying, what do you think of staking? INJ. I don't know. I don't really stake. I'm an active trader. I don't like to have my coins tied up. And the thing is with INJ is it just doesn't feel like a market leader to me, that I want to have it staked, but I think that's an important question that we want to really start revisiting as we get farther along in the cycle, certainly, is moving profits into blockchains that have nice staking rewards to kind of build in some passive income. And that would be a topic for a future class with Mike. Just kind of where does that make sense? If the markets are bleeding red and just collapsing, do we want to leave coins in on staking? Not that they'll be stolen, but there may not be worth the risk if there's no, if the APYs go down long enough. And that might be a question for Vadim as well. By the way, he's redone his next level DeFi course, made it much more user friendly. And his support is amazing. He'll get on with you personally. We're gonna relaunch that with him soon. I will be, and I guess I can say I would recommend considering doing the same because the APYs are much higher on the liquidity pools versus just staking. And the Stella swap, I'm throwing a lot of new words at you, but he's built his program around it's kind of like DeFi Llama, but it's on Polkadot. It's called Stella Swap, and it shows all the APYs, which are significant. It would be good to have Mike and Vadim on there, just sort of having point counterpoint. So I want to not misrepresent any risk that might be there, but he was saying he was making 20% APY even in the bear market. So Vadim was. So anyway, we'll look at that. But I don't really have an opinion on INJ staking myself. Ray, Tia, we can look at Celestia. Let me just kind of get through this list here. OGN, breaking out of these downtrending channels. In hindsight, things are always clear, aren't they? So I'm trying to have future hindsight. So, over here, this is a nice uptrending channel, and then it broke to the bottom. And in hindsight, we should have sold it right over here. Right below when it got below the 50-week EMA. And so similarly, trend channel. We're in a new trend channel. And so in future hindsight, I think I made up a new word there, are we going to be like, hey, we should have been trading that all the way up? One of the things I want to suggest to TradingView as a feature is like a folder, a notes folder. Maybe there's something like that. But, in hindsight, it's really simple, but in the moment, it's always hard. So I have a folder here saying, well, here's what I was thinking. There was lots of sell blocks, so I didn't go long. If we get up here, these sell blocks will be gone, and we'll be like, oh my God, this show is obvious. But it's never obvious in the moment, right? So that's something that I'm going to dig around with. My controls on the left side have disappeared. They have certain little things that leave notes. But at any rate, I think this is good to go on the way up. And okay, we'll get to the questions there. Chainlink, we can do that. And my friend Mike Pozner, I can never say his last name, it's Polish, but he had a really good write-up on Chainlink in the M3 chat. He's an early Link investor, did some security work with them, and he has this Link since 20 cents or so. And maybe I could forward that over and share with you guys. Oh, because I asked him, I said, what's the value add? What's the moat? Why should anyone care? And he explained that. All right, Origin, pushing up. I think Origin, 0.6 cents could go up here. 7 could triple, I think, but probably double. These sell blocks will sell. Take profits on these, hold a moon bag. I think long-term OGN is going to be great, but I'm not going to write it down again. All right, got a bunch of these. Lido Finance, I have been buying only because of this TSI breaking above 20. We know that's a go. Momentum returning into Lido Finance. I showed you the DeFi, total DeFi also looking fairly good. We have ERI, we have Money Block, we have strength, trend strength indicator, signal line, and bullish divergence. So even though this doesn't look so good, I think we can at least push up here to that $2.40, at least a double. Base hits, you guys. I know it's retire rich. We're going to get rich slowly because the chances any of these go up 10x overnight, probably, I think you'll have more luck with the lottery. So anyway, same thing. I'm going to do a speed round on these. Optimism, I'm just looking at the weekly TSI because I can see whenever that happens, it goes up. Same thing. And I've got $1,000 in each of these, so not a huge amount. But building positions near, same thing. I'm only looking down here and here. I'm not as worried about the sell pressure here because it's got this bullish upward momentum. I want to get some gaming exposure, Immutable X as well. So, I don't want to wait till we're up here and say I should have bought down there. The signs are there. I'm starting to build positions. So Axie Infinity is another one. Hitting some resistance, but this has 3x from here. Axie Infinity up to the sell blocks, 300%. I think that's reasonable. Drift, tiny position. I like the chart. Higher lows all the way through. TSI is green, and then finally Render. So this is what I'm buying, and then let's jump over and take a look at some what you guys wanted to see. I saw Mike pop in there for a minute, so I was trying to finish, but maybe he had to go. All good. We'll finish up here, you guys. Hey, this is Brett from Moonstream. If you'd like to learn more about our pro trading signals or our live classes every Wednesday or our Retire Rich program, go over to moonstream.io/start.